Hello, this is Ruth Hamilton and I have a video today for Tonic Studios to show you their brand new monthly kit. Now this one is called Vintage Pop-Up Sentiments, and as you can see this is the brand new packaging. This will be the second kit inside this new packaging, and I'll just move the box aside and show you what's inside, and that way we'll save the glare off the box but we'll get a closer look at what the things are in there. So this is the folder that you'll get with the paper inside, the paper and the card, the Craft Perfect folder. Sorry about the glare there, but I will be getting the paper out of here right away and then moving it over. So there we are. They're beautiful shades of amethyst, lilac, cream, vintage kind of shades of ivory, and now the names are all on my list, but just at the moment I haven't got the list beside me, so I think you'll be able to see them well enough there anyhow. So lovely textured paper and textured speciality paper and speciality card. It's really, really beautiful, and there's a really lovely one there as well, and an iridescent one. So I'll pop those aside. I'm sure there'll be lots of beautiful combinations that we can use those in. They go really, really well together, and I can just imagine, yeah, well, I'll say no more. I'll just put them aside and have a little look inside the folder to see what dies there are. So this is the little sticker, and now, as you know, these kits are not numbered, so you'll get a sticker with the name on, and you can put that in front of your folder, and then that will go inside your little binder. And these are the sentiment stamps, sorry, and the dies that you'll get inside. Now I haven't already made something with this, so I'm just having a first look at it myself. I'm not actually too sure how to use it or anything, but I see a great little addition. Inside here are the instructions, and I've had a quick look at those and I think they look fairly straightforward, so we'll see, and you'll see too, because I'll be using that to follow in a minute or two and see how this works. But I do actually see already some dies there that could be used on their own without actually using them as vintage pop-up sentiments, so I always like to see that too. A nice, well, some rectangles there and these lovely shapes here as well. So then we've got You're the Best, Thank You, and For a Friend, and I'll set that aside and let you see some of the really beautiful Nuvo products that come in the kit as well. And this is the little bag that they come in, and I'll just tip them out. So what have we got? Ivory White USA 2 Craft Perfect card blanks and envelopes, and I love that size. It's just a really handy size. It's not too hard to decorate, but it always looks very effective, and the ivory white goes beautifully with the colours of paper and card that are there. And this is fantastic. I use this glue a lot, so you'll probably see me using it quite a lot in some of my other videos, but that craft tacky glue and that 60mm size is a very handy one. It's always on my desk. And we have some chalk mousse, so I'm assuming that will have a kind of white chalky finish to it, but it's a beautiful lilac-y shade. It's actually called Iced Plum, which is a really nice name as well. We have got some pale gold crystal drops, and those have a metallic finish off them. Then there is some glitter, Violet Infusion, Pure Sheen Glitter. There's some soft lilac embossing powder and some Spring Heather hybrid ink. So all of that looks really beautiful together, and I think I just can't wait to see how those dies work together to give that pop-up effect. So I'll set these aside and have a little look and see what we come up with, and I'll be back in just a moment or two. Before I do get into the videoing part of it, if you haven't been to my videos before and haven't subscribed, I'd love you to subscribe to my channel and come back again and see some more. And if you do enjoy it, there's plenty more of this type of thing. I've always got quite a few of them ready to press the button on at any time. There's always quite a few of them edited, just waiting on the release of the products. So thanks very much for joining me today, and I'll be back in just a moment or two anyway. I went ahead and followed these instructions and made up a little card already here, and I'm going to show you how I've done that and explain some of the dies on the way through it, and then I've got all the pieces cut out to make another one that's slightly different. So first of all, I've taken the what's known as the wing die here, so that's this large die, and I've cut that out twice. And then there are two little slit dies, you can see them here, tiny little dies that just cut slits. So in one of these here, you will just tape those into place here and here, and when you run that through your machine, it's going to give you this shape here with the slits cut in it. Now it's very important at this point to fold these pieces upwards like that on both. You can see the little marks in there, and just fold them up like that, and then these other tabs are actually little guidelines, so you'll be adding your glue on there, but it's very important to line those up straight and make sure that whenever you're adding it to the card, you glue right out into those corners. So actually I'll just show you how I've glued this together first as well. Just that goes on there, and you can see it's very easy to follow, because you'll be able to see exactly where that fold meets the other one there. And just hold that for a minute or two. Now you could use red liner tape or whatever if you're desperately in a hurry to hold that and get it into position right away, but you really just want enough glue on the back of these little tabs, so one's going to fold in behind the other. And you can see here, it's a little fiddly holding the glue. There it is. Just put it on there. Can see that okay, and then some on that tab, and just pop that one in behind like so, and that's where it all comes into play. So you'll fold that right in there, and you can see immediately that that's folding up slightly there, so just hold them in together, and that is how the wing is supposed to look. So that's correct there, and you just want to hold that for a second or two until the glue grabs. And you'll see again that this is lining up here and here, so you'll know it's exactly in position. And then you can put some glue on there. And again, just see where the end meets and where this one comes along. And that's the little wing mechanism for the pop-up system inside the card. And that's it, ready to use then. So there you are. I'll just set that aside for a minute or two. Now I've obviously gone ahead and done that and used it in the card that I have made here, so I'll keep this one and use it again on my second card. There we are. So that's that bit done, and here's the card that I have gone ahead and made, and I'll just show you. So we've cut out, according to the instructions here, we've cut the wings out, we've made that twice. And then to make the outside of the card, it says here to cut 4 pieces of the main die base shape. So that will be this rectangle. And the reason you're cutting 4 is because this is going to be the outside and the inside of the card. And you want to have that textured finish or whatever it is. If your card is single-sided, you want to have it coloured on both sides. So you glue those together, 2 of them together, and then fold them together, and you will then use this die. I'll just show you how I've cut that out here. This is for my other card, but this just shows you how it works. Then you put that around the outside, because that has 2 fold lines in it, 2 score lines, with just a little space in between the 2. It's probably about 1 millimetre or 2, and that folds around the outside of the card, and then you remember that these are 2 single little pieces until that joins them both together. That creates this part of the card, and then you can obviously decorate that or whatever. I have used this die to do that. That cuts out this beautiful shape here, and you can glue that on top. For this part here, I have cut another one of these out, and I have just cut that with the guillotine directly down this line and down this line. You do away with this little piece in the centre because you don't need that, and then you can glue that on top of the card here, and then glue your other patterned piece on top of it. So it's going to give you the pattern on both sides of the front of the card, and I've done the same on the back. I've actually added crystal drops on there. Maybe that's the front actually, I've got it back to front. There we are. So that's that part made. Now the next thing to do is join those together. This is very easy to follow step by step. So you've cut out the pieces, you've created the spine for the back and added them both together. Set that aside, and then now you're going to take this piece and you pop that into the center of the card. Now I have a card here, that I will just show you how to do that. So you just mark where the center of your card is and then pop this piece in. You can see the center there because that's where the two pieces fold together, and just glue this part, remembering to go right out to those edges on these points, and you glue that in to the center of the card like so, and then when you close that, that is giving you your pop-up mechanism. So that, when it's glued, will open up and pop up just like that. So it's going to go like that. Now I'll be showing you that on the second card, but I just wanted to show you how I've done it on that one. Then the next bit isn't actually explained on here, except to say that you use the die with the two slits in it. So that is this piece here. This forms two slits. I have it here. And that piece then goes in around these pieces here. You just need to, I don't want to bend that because that's the piece I'm using for my other card. But that's what I've done here, and I have also used this die shape as well. That has cut out a beautiful pattern and I've glued that on top, and that has given me this part. So to make this little pop-up, as you can see, when you open the card, there's what you're going to get, that little pop-up. Let's see if you can just see it there. Yeah. So there are two pieces you need to use for that. This die, you'll cut that out twice and glue that together just to make it strong for the center. And then you slip that in through, I'll show you here, in through the slits on both sides. So you put that through there, and then that is the piece that pops up. And then you will take the oval dies, and there's an outline one, which is this one. Then there's a plain oval and ones with words in it, and you use those both together, and then you'll glue one on top of the other, and that gives you this beautiful part here. And you can see quite clearly, I think I have a gold one here somewhere, yes, you can see quite clearly where the center of that is, because there's an embossed pattern on it, and that means you can just pop that part right over the center of that and glue it in place there. And that means when you fold your card like this, the sentiment pops up in the center like that. So you'll want to cut this piece out twice, and then where you can see this little part here, you'll glue this, fold at those two lines and glue the pieces together. You'll use this one on top. Now I haven't used it exactly on the same piece, I've used it on another piece and trimmed it and glued it on top, and that has given me this little band that fits around. And then I have used the rosette die from one of the loaded pocket sets. It's called the Loaded Pocket Rosette Die Set. I've trimmed it down and glued it on top, so this fits nicely over the top there, as you can see, and that holds everything together, because the card with that mechanism inside it is a little bit bulky and wants to just kind of open. So that's the basic card made up. You could decorate it maybe in different ways, use lots of different card and paper for it, but that's really cute the way that opens up, and it's just something a little bit different. So I shall set this lot aside and go ahead with some of the other papers. I've just used the plain texture weave card for that one, but I've used some of the speciality card from the kit for my next one. For my next card, I've taken one of the beautiful card blanks that's in here. It's a beautiful ivory white USA 2 size, and I just wanted to make this slightly bigger, so you can see there that there's the one that I've made with the dies in the pack, and then this is the one with the actual card that's in the pack. So this is the piece that I have made. I showed you making it a moment or two ago, and it's very important just to mark the centre of the card there. Just a little dot will do, and then you can see the centre of this quite easily because it's just exactly the edge of that. It's where that edge and this edge meet. So if we go ahead and glue that, and just remember that you need to be very sure that you get the glue right out to the edge. I'm just going to clean my nozzle there. Right out to this edge here. That's very important. And I hope you can see that. I'll just move it over a little bit. So right out to those edges. And I want to put one edge on first, just to make sure that I've got it lined up, because you can see that right there. Fold that over. And then with that exactly in place, then you can put the glue, and again just be careful that you've got it right out to that edge there. I say that because the first time I tried it I didn't get that glue far enough out, and it meant that the mechanism didn't work just exactly right. The pop-up wasn't just sitting properly at the end of it. So there we are. We can leave that one. That'll take a moment or two to dry, and I'll just leave that aside. Now, because that's a little bit bigger, obviously the rectangle die is slightly too small to put in the centre of it. So I have cut two pieces, both measuring 10 centimetres by 13.5, and I'm going to glue that one on there. I've already done it on the back, so I'll go ahead and do that. 13.5 centimetres long, and it's 10 centimetres across the way. And I'm going to put that on there. Now, I have also taken the spine die. I've cut it out twice in the golden mosaic. So there it is. And you can see that I have scored and folded it along these lines. And now for the edge piece here, I'm going to glue that over the center, over the middle of the card where the fold is. I'll just do that. And pop that over, and then we can get that in the center. You'll know that it's in the right place when you see that this end is about the same as the other end, the distance in between the two. So there we are, and we just hold that for a moment. That's about right. Now I have cut that out twice, as you can see. I just want to hold that firmly there. So I've cut that out twice, and I have cut it down as I showed you in the previous part of the video. And I have also taken this little decorative die and cut out the same paper as this, the same card, and I'm going to put that on the other side there, and I'm going to add this piece on top here. Now I've done that on the back already, as you can see, and I've just got to glue this piece on here. And then on the inside, I'm going to speed the video up as I do that, so I'm just going to show you what exactly is going to happen here. This piece is now firmly stuck inside. That's well attached in the centre. So there you are. You just slide it from the top down over there, and I already have glue on the back of it, which I don't have at the moment, but I just wanted to show you that. And that will fit up into the corners here. And then I have got another one to go here. And then what I've done this time is I've taken the decorative die that I used here, and I've cut that in purple, and I'm going to, or lilac, I'm going to put that on both sides to decorate that part. And then when I get all that done, I'll come back and show you what I've done with the rest of it there. So now I've got these pieces. So that's the two pieces that I cut with this little die. I've cut it out twice and glued them together just to make that firm. And I'll just show you how this is worked on this one. So it opens up and the wings then flip up and this sits in the centre. So we'll move it around this way and I'll just pop that in. They just slide inside the hope you can see that there, yeah. They just slide in there and in there. It's very easy. And then you will take the pieces that you've got here. I've cut out one in gold and then the other one in the lilac waves, and I'm going to glue that on top. And then when that's ready, those two colours go really well together. The gold and the lilac. It's a beautiful combination. So I'm going to put some glue across the centre there. But it's very, very easy to see exactly where they should go, because when this is opened up, you can actually do this before you glue it on, before you pop it in there. But I like to just see exactly where it's going to go. You can see it very easily. And just hold that in place like that until the glue dries. And then when you close your card and open it up, that's going to just pop up nicely in the centre. Now to make the band for around the outside of this one, because this is slightly bigger than the original card, this little die isn't going to be any use to you. So I've just taken a piece of the same colour of card, the full length of the A4, and I've cut that to, it's roughly about 2 centimetres, sorry, about 1.5 centimetres. And then I'm just going to wrap it around here and fold it kind of loosely so that it's not too tight. If it was too tight, it would you wouldn't be able to move it back and forwards and take it off and on. So I've just folded it, leaving a little bit of leeway on it there, and then I'm going to put some glue on there, and that's it. Just hold that together. So just remember, don't hold it too tightly, because obviously you've got to remember that this is the band that's going to slide off and on of the card, and you don't want that too tight. Sometimes I just put a little peg on it, but I don't know where my peg has gone at the moment, but a little peg just to hold that. I'll just hold it anyway for a moment while I tell you exactly what I'm going to do next. Now I've taken, you see the oval die? That'll be this one. I've taken that. I need to set something on that so that I can carry on talking. I think I'll just put that on it for a moment. Yeah, that'll do the job. So I've taken this die and I've cut that out 3 times like this, and I have just cut it along the centre like that and made a slit up in like so, and then fold this over. I'll show you just exactly how I've made the petal. I folded that over and held that in position and just hold that, like, there's my peg, and that's exactly how I held those together. So I cut 3 of these. I made 6 of these and glued them onto a little circle. So they're just glued onto another circle of the same card. And then I have taken 2 of the little dies from the Loaded Pocket Rosette die set again, these 2, and I've cut one out in gold, one out in the same lilac, and I've made a little flower by putting all these 6 of these petals together, 3 first and then 3 on top. And then when I finish that, this should be ready. Yeah, it is. And that will just glue on top there, and that gives a lovely little decoration for the top of that band. And yep, there it is. And that sits beautifully. And then I'm going to take these drops that were in the kit as well. So this is the pale gold crystal drops, the metallic ones. And I'm going to put some in the centre there, and then just here, and here, and here, and here, and that's my little card finished. Oh, it's not. Do you know what I forgot to do? I had some gold card cut and totally forgot about it. The gold card was to go across there. Yeah, I'll just put that on now because we do need it. We do need it. See, sometimes I forget about some of the pieces too. But it's better just to show you that the glue hadn't dried properly yet, so it's fine to do that. I'll add the piece on the back later because I don't want to take that off and on until these crystal drops dry. But the gold and the lilac together, yeah, that's much better. We'll just put some more on there. So there we are. That was easily fixed because the glue hadn't dried yet. And there's the little card, and then whenever that has all dried, I'll take it apart and show you how it all opens up. To add some detail to the centre of the cards then, on both of them, I have used the same die that I used for this part down the sides, and I have cut it out twice and used it back to back down the centre of both of these, so you can see it there. And that just gives a lovely bit of pattern in there, and then it sits nicely on both sides of the little band that goes across the front. So that's both cards finished now. There they are. And I'm sure you'll agree that's quite a different little card. It's something I haven't done for Tonic before, I know anyhow, a little pop-up sentiment like that. So, and there's the gold on that one, and this one opens up this way, and then you have the sentiment in the centre as well. And that's just to say you could add more on here, you could do whatever, but I think that one looks lovely with all the extra detail on it. And then it folds up nice and flat, and you can add these bands on top. So don't forget, I'll be back again soon with more. I have another video actually I'm editing at the moment, so don't forget to subscribe and come back and see me again soon. And thanks for watching this one. In the meantime, bye bye.